So I told you that inviting was the nexus of recruiting. So we're going to do a couple of chapters really in depth on this. This is the skill I really want you to work on most. This is one of those courses that's a great one for you to favorite, so to come back to. It's the kind of course that you might want to take every month. Just come back and go through this again, particularly these inviting. We're going to talk about the 11 keys of inviting a little bit. And just to kind of familiarize yourself with them over and over, because you want your invitations to be intriguing. You want them to be compelling. Whenever you do invitations, whenever you do presentations, the thing is always going to come back to passion, intensity, and urgency. Passion, intensity, urgency. Passion, intensity, urgency. Remember those, because I promise you that's going to be on the test, all right? Those three things, because that's what really causes prospects to respond to these invitations in a compelling way. Now, you know I'm not into the manipulation stuff. I don't want you deceiving prospects. I don't want you lying to prospects. But here's what I will say as to set the tone for this. Prospects don't know what they don't know. And unfortunately, they don't know what's in their highest good either. So you have an opportunity that's really, really good for a lot of people, and they don't know it. And they won't know it because they're stuck in the matrix. They're watching 5 or 6 hours worth of television every night, going through their routine, and Wednesday is hump day, and thank God it's Friday, and then, you know, they download 15 videos to watch over the weekend so they don't have to think about their life of quiet desperation until Monday morning at 6:30, and the alarm clock goes off, and they do the same thing all over again. So you need to kind of take charge in the recruiting process. You need to direct them what is the next thing to do, and you need to kind of use a little tough love, because their knee-jerk reaction to any invitation is pretty much going to be, no, hey, my life is comfortable now. American Idol is on Tuesday nights, and I watch CSI on this night, and I watch this program on the other night, and you know, don't threaten my mediocrity. And your job is to threaten their mediocrity. It's to shake them out of their comfort zone and get them into the success zone. So you're going to need to use a little tough love. You're going to need, remember we talked about posture earlier? You're going to need posture when you do this inviting. So let's talk about how you do that. I want to get into 11 keys. These are the keys that really make inviting work. And this is the handout that comes with this chapter. If you want to follow along, all the 11 keys are on here. So key number 1, do your invitations over the phone. Now, why is that? Because when you do them in person, that's when people try to interrogate you. Well, what is this? What is the company? Can't you tell me what it's about? Why don't you tell me about it? Don't get dragged into that. Remember, they don't know what they don't know, and they don't know what's for their highest good. So I want you to do it on the phone. And we're going to talk in the next chapter, we're going to talk about some of the actual scripts and openings and ways you do that to direct the conversation. But just know for now, you want to do it on the phone. Second key I would suggest is keep your dream board in front of you. You know, your vision board, dream board, whatever you call it, your goal board, where you have the pictures of the car you want to get, or the vacation you want to take, or the size of the bonus check you want to build, or the, you know, $1 million check that you want to write to your church or some charity, or the, you know, foundation you want to start, whatever is really driving you. Have that nearby so that when you're on the phone, you remember why you're on the phone. Third key, get off the phone within 2 minutes, all right? And if you need to have a flashing timer up, then do that. But the rule is anything past 2 minutes is just the law of diminishing returns. You will never get a better, you won't like, oh, well, if I just stay on another 5 minutes, I'm going to convince this person. No, that's not the deal. We're looking for people who are looking. Remember that. Here's the posture thing. You're looking for people who are looking. If they're looking for something, you're looking for them. If they're not looking for something, you're not looking for them. So you don't need 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to convince them, because that isn't going to work anyway. You're looking for people who are looking. Key number 4, get a commitment for them to attend a live event, or else if you're doing like an online presentation, a webinar, or some kind of an online thing, then get their commitment that they will review that. But that's what you're looking for. That's the outcome of this invitation call. Key number 5, I want you to, if they're married, I want you to invite both spouses to the presentation. The beaches of the world are littered with the bleached bones of people who have died on the beach because they invited one prospect. The prospect was all excited. They were ready to sign up. They went home and told their spouse, and the spouse just rained all over the parade, and that was the end of the deal. So it's really, if you want to improve your results, invite both spouses. Key number 6, if it's going to be a one-on-one, book it at their home. Now I have to tell you, I've really evolved on this. I mean, I used to say meet them in a neutral place, like a Starbucks or some kind of coffee shop, but I've just found people are so distracted now, so unfocused. And I'm so jealous and guarded of my time that I don't want any no-show appointments. So you know what? If I book a one-on-one, which I do very little of, and we're going to talk about that in some of the other courses, but if I'm going to book a one-on-one, I'm going to do it at their house, because you know what? I know they're going to be there, even if they forget about it, which half the time they do. Number 7 key, repeat the appointment at the end of the call. All right, great. We're all set. It's 7:30 Tuesday at the Marriott Hotel down on Lake Street. Looking forward to seeing you there. Just repeat it. Which leads us to key number 8. Don't call to reconfirm. Never call to reconfirm, because all that's going to happen with this is you're inviting cancellations. I promise you. So repeat the appointment on the first call. Don't make a second call and confirm it. Number 9, set aside 90 minutes and make as many, maybe you don't have 90, but at least 30. 60 is better. If you can do 90, you're going to crush it. Because the idea is set aside a block, 30, 60, 90 minutes, and make as many invitations as you can fit into that time. So that way, and remember, you got to get off the phone within 2 minutes. So you got 60-minute block set aside for making invitations. You call 30 people. I promise you, you're calling 30 people and you're doing it with passion, intensity, urgency, you're going to get a positive result. Number 10, big one. Always answer a question with another question. Say, how do you do that? You're going to see how to do that in the next chapter. And number 11 is the most important one. This is the sacred rule. You can never end on a bad call. So let's say you blocked off 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever you've got going through, and then you get this call. Hey, Jim, you got 2 minutes? Yeah, what? Well, I'd like to invite you to come. And they're like, what is this? This one of those pyramid things? I can't believe you'd call me for that. Oh my God, don't you ever call me again. I hate you. You can't end on that. So you got to make another call. Now you make another call, and it's a good call. And you know what happens? You made a good call, you might feel, hey, I might want to do another one. So the rule is, and you know what happens if you end on a bad call? You never pick up the phone again. So key 11, you can never end on a bad call. So do these with passion, intensity, and urgency, and you're going to get great results.